We have faces. Yay! How is everybody? Um, yeah, we're back. Yeah. Woohoo! I know, I know. Um, and I have a special guest host. I hope he's ready. Those of you in my community know who this is. So a big welcome to Kason, who has graciously volunteered to do this with me for a couple of times as a co-host just because, well, why not? Right?
I was voluntold, not volunteered.
You like it, you know it.
Sometimes. Anyways, hello. I am Kason. I kind of float around everywhere and do weird things, and yeah, I'm here today to help talk about Dune Awakening and experiences and new content, etc., etc.
Yep. Whatever comes to mind. We're easy that way, right? We're easy that way. We got
No comment.
so there's an ad starting here in about a minute, so we're not going to talk about anything major. We're going to let that roll for a bit. We're just going to babble for a minute. Oh, thank you. um, because yeah, ads suck. I know that ads suck. Um, but yeah, okay, since actually we've known each other for a bit, so yeah. When the ad's over, we'll do some real introductions. We're gonna babble for now. We'll get the admin stuff out of the way. How's that sound? Actually, we'll wait. I'll wait till everybody's back because that way I can say I did admin stuff. Um, Sorry it's so hot, Paolo, but it is going to be summertime for you down there. I mean, it's dipping right around freezing for us at night here, so it's getting to be that time of year, and it's dark. 4 o'clock, the sun starts going down. It sucks. So I don't like the dark. I don't like it being this far north, and the weather just kind of bites. So
You get used to
um,
it.
you would think, but I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. I've lived. Um, when you get up in the dark, you go to work in the dark, and you leave and to come home in the dark. It wears on you. It wears on you.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, this is hot. Ugh, it's I tried. I tried. Um, that's okay. Oh.
See, that's why my camera doesn't work.
um, I've thought about it. I really kind of agonized over um camera no camera thing, and I figured what the hell, just go with it. Hey Brad, how are you? We're waiting on this ad to end in 90 seconds. It's gonna be one of those. That's one of the reasons I let the music roll so long, is to try and get over the worst of the starting ad stuff. So we're waiting on the ads, and when yeah, well, you have an odd setup though. I mean, your um computer's set up really high. Mine, I think um I've got a closed system liquid cooler on my computer. It doesn't need any intervention, thankfully, but it's starting to sound like, when the flywheel starts to go in the car and you start hearing that whistle, that because it's spinning. It sounds kind of like that.
Sorry,
Case,
loud neighbor.
it's okay. I was gonna say Cason's playing with the buttons. Ad break ends in 25 seconds. Woo!
Well, I live out in the middle of nowhere, and when I do have a neighbor come by, they usually have loud exhaust to tell me they're going by.
Yeah. So see, I got the trains going by. There's the train. All the trains, all the time. We're back in 3, 2,
Two,
1.
one.
Yay! My community is back. Okay. So, welcome everybody. I know it's been a hot minute. Life has kind of been kind of crappy and busy and stuff, but we're hoping to be back and more regular. That's the plan. Especially as more stuff is coming. We're going to talk about the roadmap today, and hopefully that will come to fruition. For those of you who are catching this for the first time, my name is Meg, also known as Dead Woman Walking. I am your illustrious host. This is episode 19. We're on the road to that 25, and then I have to figure out what I'm going to do because I've been told I've hinted that if I reach 25 episodes, I would do something like Apple, whatever, and so I'll have to figure that out. Um, been gaming for a long time nerd. This is just my, as many of you know, this is my small bookshelf. I'm very proud of my books. I'm very proud of my nerdiness. Um,
One of many.
did you want to tell us a little bit about you, like when you started gaming, or do you have a favorite genre of gaming?
If anybody's in your Discord, I think they would probably figure it out in a couple of minutes. I tend to spam that tag just over and over. Uh, yeah, obviously, my profile picture. I'm a fan of Warhammer 40k. I actually got into it back. I was in it some when I was a kid back in the 90s. Ugh, that hurt to say. Uh, then I started getting back into it in 2000. Let's see, when was 8th edition? 2010, I think. No, 2015, 2016, I believe. Ooh, that's a tough choice.
That one's for you.
Yeah. Skatari is the Admex. The Adeptus Mechanicus is military forces. I have not been able to paint them yet. I keep looking at them when I go into the store, and I'm just like, yeah, no. That is, me and Red just don't get along. That's why I follow Nurgle. But yes, I have played some of Dune Awakening. I played the original Duck Hunt back in the day when I was a kid. I'm not going to tell you the year because reasons. So yeah, it just that kind of dates me, but you know.
Yeah, Duck Hunt. Everybody hates that dog.
I hate that dog.
I hate that dog. So to get the admin stuff out of the way, and then we can get to the PowerPoint, because it would not
Yes.
be a podcast with Meg if we didn't have a PowerPoint. Um, before Kason gets too enthusiastic,
Shameless
the
plug.
shameless plug. It says Soon Awakening. Merch. I have some merch. Exclamation point merch. We'll show you the link. Then exclamation point Discord. We'll show you my Discord. Where most of us play together, or played together like in beta. Case and I actually have done each other before because we played some Conan together. Kind of like I never actually played Conan with Paolo because at that time I think Paolo was on console only. Um, but
Thank you, Paulo. Yeah, I'm not there, so I can't put in all the stuff.
but it's okay. That should have worked. I'm suspicious. Uh,
It is buttoned, so
I would need to go back and fix that. But that's okay. That's okay. I will have all that stuff later. I guess we just get into the PowerPoint if I can remember what buttons to push. Casey and I did a sort of dry run the other day, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But to be fair, I never did. So
yeah. Oh, speaking of your merch, though, I do need to get more pictures of the stickers. They're still on the bike. I don't know how. I don't know why. They just refuse to give up.
So the stickers, you've got them on your dirt bike, right?
Yes.
Yeah. and you've had them for some months, so that's pretty impressive. I was worried
Uh,
that the stickers wouldn't stay. I was worried that they would come off too easy, um, or that they'd tear off easy or whatever. But it's kind of surprising that they've stuck so long, especially considering they're not super duper expensive. I mean, they're better quality than I expected. The
yeah,
This has stayed on really well. This was one of the whole flask and everything. I've enjoyed it. So, oh,
oh yeah.
stickers that really
I
stick.
have. I
Hmm?
probably shouldn't admit this in front of you, but I have crashed a few times, and they're still there, and I'm just like,
It is a dirt bike. Uh, Crashes are to be expected, but I know you wear a helmet, so right.
yeah,
You wear a helmet. Yeah, you're like, wear a helmet.
yeah.
You
We'll go with that.
okay, so we're going to jump over to the PowerPoint. Let me see here what I can do. Is that the aha? Okay. The To show the PowerPoint, you have to go into the presentation mode, and it opens up the presentation window, which is a separate window. And then you have to go through and minimize and tweak that. Okay, and that is going to be a separate screen. Show me. Oh no, that's not the right one. Show me the PowerPoint. There we go. Episode 19. Time flies when you're having a good time.
Yeah, I still have nightmares about that worm.
We will be definitely digging into the new player experience, which has changed. The game has changed a lot since launch. So
Yeah.
there's um, some things. I was a little salty. Remind me to talk about this article. Um, Desert Dispatch. So let's get into it. All of your tools, right? So Abu tools, doing status. Remember, those will show you, especially with the move thing that they're having coming up soon. Those tools will not show you populations in the deep desert. So it will only show you. So you'll see the world population, and it'll show you the population by sieges, but it will not show you the current population in the deep desert. So take that for what it's worth. And of course, the wiki. Um, Run with Brad works on the wiki and Mojo work on the wiki, and who's the guy that eats all the Moadib? He eats he works on the wiki too. So definitely a group project. Um, it's not pre-purchased anymore. I couldn't find a better graphic, but the book is out. People are buying it. People are sharing some really great images on like Reddit. It looks amazing. It's got a lot of the artwork. Yes, don't text. I have texted this because I
I
have two monitors. I'll hit escape, and then that kind of you get the that window, and I'm doing stuff over on this side, and I'm watching because if you're not in good vulture mode, or if you're not like clear ahead of you, yeah, you will crash into shit. So don't do that. That's It could end really bad. It really
yeah,
could.
I wasn't looking one time and fell right into the rift, so I get it.
To be fair, I think many of us have fallen into the rift, especially you were driving on it the first time at night in a bike. That
Yeah.
was trial by fire. Um, the drops are still going on. If you haven't already got them, continuing on pieces with the observer set.
Ooh, pretty.
They are pretty. They are pretty. Now, I use observer set as like accent pieces. I don't like the set enough to build a full thing in it. It's a bold look. Let's put it that way. Um, if you have the DLC, you have access to the Dune Man set. So they've added pieces. Originally, it was just the 4 pieces, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, we want more!" So they've added more pieces. This is, I think, the final iteration of it. I don't think they're going to add any more to it. It was meant to be a kind of a once-off thing, and I really kind of, if you think about it, the Dune Man set is going to be just something small, compact. Um, we were doing stuff in the guild, and built a small forward operating base, for lack of a better term, out of it, and it looks pretty kick ass. It's great for a compact base, and it the floor in the Dooman set also looks really really good as like a shop floor. It reflects light really really well compared, especially to like the Atreides sets. It looks like a shop floor. It looks really clean and very tan out. It looks great. But Pablo, that little base you built there, it was so super handy, and it just looks so. But yeah, it was great. We did about what 23,000, because it was 7,000 ingots of copper in like 3 days. That's a lot of copper. It's a lot of copper because it's 3 ore to an ingot. It was a lot of
Yeah.
copper, but it was for the Landsrod, and we wanted the goodies, so we're like, grind. And Paolo brought his buggy down, and we just and we had like, I think he had 4 medium refiners running at that base, and then I had one at Maine running. It was a lot of copper.
I think so, because I was going to try and get on to help, but I'm like, I can give you like 2 pieces. So
We needed 7,000 ingots to get the Landsrod reward we wanted. It was fun. We pulled together. I was really really happy that everybody was available to help with that, and it made it worthwhile. We got some really good rewards last week. We're going to get some really good ones this way. I'm like 50 deserters away from the 7,000 points. So I'm so tired of deserters though. Oh, so much killing, so much killing. That is the Dune Man set.
oh wow.
It does look good. It does look good, but it means builders start getting big. It's a little repetitive. I do like it's got they put the chairs out on the balcony. I use those in my shop because it always reminds me of like a mechanic shop. And we pulled the chairs out. Those are from a spice harvester. So you're just gonna have the chairs off to the side that we've pulled out of one to salvage, and I put like a little table there. And I'm always imagining like the smell of a shop and like old magazines piled on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the old magazines, the oil,
Yep. And lots of
everything
kitty
just,
litter and
yeah.
sand all over the place. Yeah. But yes, that's the Dune Man set. It looks good. I would not use it to build a set this big. I know. Now we know that they gave us some extra Atreides pieces. It stands to reason that once the Observer stuff is done, at some point we will be getting more Harkonnen pieces because we have the extra Atreides, the Caladan pieces. So I'm hoping we get some Getty Prime pieces. So we need more build pieces. We just need more build sets. Yeah, the Observer pieces. I love the ceiling pieces. I think most of us use the ceiling pieces because they add a little extra light. So there's a good reason to use them. Um, Speaking of great art,
Ain't got no
Ingrid
head.
B posted this on Twitter. She's one of the artists. I've showed her stuff before. She's an environmental artist for Funcom, and she worked on the DLC. If you know, you know. Joel hates us. He hates us so much. He hates us. He's so mean.
Wait, is that the one? Oh, oh,
Joel.
you're a bastard, Joel.
We love you, but damn, dude. She also worked on this same map.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's very Sith looking.
it's. I love that arc. I know a lot of people like get soaked. I'm like, I think it was very in lore. I think it ran great. I think part of
Yes,
the reason so many people complained about it is because it dropped early, and most of us had already, I don't want to say out leveled it, but it was not as challenging for people who have high end gear. So we could just sit and knock the whole thing out in 2 hours. But if you were to try it, you would not be able to knock it out because you still have starting gear. So you would be able to
Yes.
do like the first half, and then you would have to wait until you could, because the places you go are up north in the map, and you would die. Just saying.
No, I understand. I met at Harkonnen when I went up to the base that you and Paulo have, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go and try and stab this person. I ended up in a live, die, repeat cycle for like 20 minutes. And then finally I got over to my bike and I was like, oh, thank God. You know what? And went back and stole their gear. Because,
Yep.
I'm petty that way.
Hey, hey, loot is loot, man. Loot is loot. She also did this one, same map, and I
Ooh.
love the clutter. You got to have the clutter, and nothing. It just makes the place look lived in. The chessboard, I think, is a lovely addition, and I hope we can get access to some of this stuff later. I know with Conan they've kind of trickled the pieces out, but that chessboard, we see it in several different places around the map, and I want it. I need it.
Oh, that is very Sith. Like, that is full on Sith Lord tomb right there.
It's a great arc. I I I think it fits so well in lore, and of course it you laugh, you cry, you need the brown pants. It's got everything.
Yeah, I didn't know how many times I would need the brown pants playing this game.
You need the brown pants. You definitely need.
Yeah, especially when that little meter goes red and you're like, oh shit, 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 shit.
You need the brown pants. Um, we're going to talk a bit more about this, but this is the roadmap that they gave us. Okay, so people are like, "There's no plan." There's a plan. They've left it kind of penciled in for us, but I know that they have a plan. They've talked about having a 5 and 10 year plan for the game. So we just had chapter 2, right? And the the DLC that we got was the Lost Harvest in January to March, somewhere in there is when they're going to put the deep desert map back the way it was, because they told us they would. The current changes to the deep desert are temporary. They never. This was not meant to stay this way. The PvP map will go back the way it was. And what they said, that what they implied, and what I took away from the AMA that they did on Reddit back when, was that there would be another map, a smaller map, not as big as the deep desert, but bigger than Hyga Basin, where we would be able to get tier 6 materials in a similar way where we can get tier 6 in probably the PvE area of the deep desert. So it'd be smaller ore amounts and the small and medium spice blows. If we want the big stuff, we'll still have to risk the deep desert. So that's what I read it as. And also, I don't remember where I saw it, so I could be misremembering. It could be total crap. But there was implied that we would be able to build there as well. The backup tool, the building backup tool that they have, is worded, and we're going to look at this in a minute, in such a way that it really, really kind of lends some evidence to that. The next DLC will be out in the spring. That one will be a cosmetic one. And then another story type one will be out in the second quarter, and that will be the first 4 bits of the season pass, which Steam bundles the DLCs up that way. So if you have bought the package with the season pass, you got all 4 of the DLCs. They just will unlock when they unlock. So the first DLC was the statues. You get the big Shadowloo statue and a little Muad'Dib statue. And then the second one was the Lost Harvest story. The next one will be some kind of cosmetics for raiders. I hope it's placeables. We need more placeables. We need more clutter. We need more clutter. We need more lights. Joel, give us some lights. January 16th. It sounds about right. And then Water Wars, which will be the polar caps, which if you've been playing, those things come up. And the woman who calls you kitten all the time, in lore, her dad is a water pirate, and he was at the banquet in the book with the Atreides, and essentially the Atreides were like, "We'll not come after you for being a pirate as long as you continue to harass the Harkonnen." So Water Wars definitely lore bound. So the patch. So this is no longer true in that the tool is not coming next week. Well, hey there. The tool they dropped, I think yesterday, that the tool is being bumped back a little bit. They're still working on, I guess, some tweaking. So basically, you can back up your base and everything in it. You'll want to put your vehicles in a box because it will not. If you just back it up and there's loose vehicles, they'll just drop on the ground and you'll be in hosed. So you'll want to break on all of the vehicles except for whatever's in your vehicle backup tool. Stick them in a box, back it up. You'll be able to back up all 3 of your fives. But remember, when you move to a new world, you only get 3 fives. So if you build one, you'll only be able to use 2 of your backups, and then until you destroy it. So, and there's a new snap to function. So in theory, you can put it back where it was if no one else built in that spot. I know. I know people are looking forward to it because they want to move, they want to pack up, but I would rather it work properly. I would rather it work properly. And
Sorry. I was reading Paulo's comment and I cackled a little too much.
some Trades is freaking dark inside.
Really?
I have a ton of windows and I'm torn because part of me likes privacy and the other part is like, I need to fucking see. And another reason to use the Dune Man floors and the Observer floors is they're not as dark as the Atreides and Harkonnen floors. Lighting, yeah. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. Lighting's an issue. There's new radio station in the game, which I believe is the Spice Wars stuff. So if you played the old Spice Wars game, it's the music from that. The transport thopters now will go carrying a vehicle. This was something we tested in beta, and we lost so many vehicles because you'd have your transport carrying like your buggy. You'd hit the wall that wherever you go, it prompts you to go to the overland map. You'd say go. It would drop the buggy behind the wall, which is already it's quicksand anyway, and it's gone over. So I know that that's still in testing, so hopefully it's working properly. I know a lot of people don't test. The test bed is not very busy right now, so hopefully they're working on it. That would suck. That would suck to have the radio not start in the right spot. Maybe that's why I have not heard the end of 5 Days at Carthage, because every time I listen to it, I'm like, I don't want to listen to this first part again. Improved ornithopter collision because people were still using it to be jerk faces because that's how people be. And bug and UI fixes as always. Because why not? The base backup tool. So the limits on it are currently only the owner can back it up, which is true right now. Even a co-owner can't move the sub 5, so only an owner can back it up. Permissions of the base are cleared, and it'll be just yours when you bring it back. So hopefully you're getting along good with your guild leader or the base owner, because otherwise you'll be homeless. Can't back up vehicles. Only bases in Haga Basin can be backed up. So you cannot back up from the deep desert. Those are not. But this is the part that made me think that it says backed up bases can only be restored to the map where they backed up. So it's already clarified you can't back it up from the deep desert. So why add the clarification you can only back it up to the base, to the map? That tells me there's more than one map coming. Which makes sense. They did say that they've got plans, stuff, expansion, and all that stuff. And expansions are going to be free; they're not going to be paid. There is a 3-week cooldown, so you don't have to worry so much about people following you around, which is always a perk because that's a problem. So far in testing, it's worked well, but And I think that's probably why we had a lot of problems in beta with theft. And permissions still are a little not great. And while I would love to have new people come into our guild and play with us, I'm still nervous and still have things vaulted away when we have new people because I'm like, are you going to rob us blind? We lost a
Yes.
lot of stuff in beta to theft, and so I don't like that feeling. And yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Where's my buttons? Okay. This, if you look at the test client now, this is what's on the test client right now. So the test is closing on the 18th. Well, hello there.
Howdy.
And the base reconstruction tool is going to come later, so it's still in testing, which is fine. I know a lot of people are looking for it, but I would rather it work properly than not, because if this is something that breaks, people would be really, really, really peeved off. So it really needs to work properly, consistently, because people losing their stuff would be very painful. Um, the recoverable vehicles are any vehicles, not just something that you can normally back up from the VBT. So if currently you can only use the vehicle backup tool on bikes and the scout thopters if there's nothing in the inventory. If you lose a vehicle to a bug or disaster, you can use the vehicle backup tool to get the vehicle back for Solari and a durability hit, and you can do it to any vehicle. Some D'Artagnan chested that the other day, so you can get your stuff back. It's just going to cost you. I think he had forgotten that he had left some stuff in the deep desert for the wipe and lost a Mark 6 buggy and was in pain, but he was able to get it
Ooh.
back. So that's good news. Vehicle loss is not such a painful thing anymore. We already said that we got new radio stuff coming. New sounds for vehicles when you play with stuff. The radio stations. I know Kaysen hasn't had a chance to play with the radio stations yet. So there's the Atreides propaganda radio station. There's the Harkonnen radios, um, Imperium Classics, and Spice Wars. So you have some fun options to add some immersion to your game as you play. It's fun. It's fun. The 5 days at Carthag is hilarious fun to me. That it's a radio soap opera 10,000 years in the future. It's just like it's like I can't wait waiting someone to break out and start singing "I'm a man of sorrow" or whatever, because that's what it sounds like. It's hilarious. The player event log. This is something we begged for, going back to theft, in beta, and they couldn't get it working. They still plan on trying to get it to work so that your guild can keep better track of in and out. Especially, I remember kind of going around with somebody because they were like, "Well, we should do spreadsheets and people should get rewards for what they bring." And I'm like, "That sounds like some work."
Oh,
And I will pause. Let me know when you're back, because we don't want to miss the talk.
something like that. I don't know. I'm just standing here.
If you got something to say, say it. What you gotta
No,
say.
I said something about Xantara one time. I ain't saying nothing now.
You haven't gotten far enough in the
That
game to
that
say
was a whole situation. To be fair, though, he is a common. It was when I was playing at one point. I remember. I think it's when you go from the starting area to the other area, and he comes up and he's like, you literally see him shoot a rocket at a Sardaukar ship, and he's like, "Yeah, the Imperial dogs are onto me," and I'm like, "I wonder why, dude. I wonder why. Like, you are the source of your own problems, but okay."
But yeah, they're putting together logs so that we can look at key activity. So if stuff walks off, or sometimes there's been some glitches where uh, boxes of stuff disappear.
Want to start another fight? I should hush.
D knows where we live. Thanks, it's D's work that got us that big spice refiner. So we are grateful for D.
Oh yes, D has always really been really nice to me and stuff. We
Oh
just disagree on the chaos gremlin.
yeah. Character transfers and server merges. Long story short, they're coming. Um, base
You.
backup tools coming. I wouldn't do it the first week out. And honestly, I have no intentions of moving. I like our world. I like where we're at. I like our group. I like the way our world is going. There's people doing the Lands Rod. There's like 6 or 7 Atreides. There's like 3 Arconin, and it's not finished on the first day. So people are actually doing stuff, and I like that. I think that we're not all and yeah, I mean, there's lots of. I mean, there's some bases that are powering down, which is always sad. But I am seeing lots of bases that still have power, and obviously there's still lots of stuff going on in the Lands Rod, so that's always good. Excuse me. So yeah. Um, base backup tools. So it'll back up your sub 5, your decorations, your storage, but not your vehicles. You got to break your vehicles down, put them in a box. Can you pocket a base and move it to the deep desert? No. Zentir is a terrorist. That's freedom fighter, terrorist.
It's a vague line.
Yeah. You can store 1 base per backup tool, so you can store all of your bases. Again, you can have all 3. So that's a good news. And I hope they don't do full-on merges anytime soon. Again, I don't want to move. I don't want to lose their spot. I know everybody worked very hard um, to get the spots that they wanted. So I'm hoping, or I'm gonna. I don't know. No, the base backup tool does not work there, but the Slido does. So you can use you have to use the regular old Slido and then rebuild it as before. It doesn't do a pop and thing. So it is what it is.
And I mean, Zantara is a fascinating character, and it's been interesting to kind of see his motivations and stuff. But at the same time, dude, chill it with the rockets. Like, just put it down for a minute. Just take a breath.
Yeah. So you can't move it between maps. That implies to me that there's going to be another PVE map. So we have Haga Basin, we have the Deep Desert, and it's one of the things people keep asking, why do you have the overlay map? Blah blah blah. I'm like, it's so they can add new stuff to the map without crashing it, because you can only have a thing so big. The Deep Desert initially was 9 servers, and so this would allow them to add stuff easier. And yeah, I don't I don't want to move. I don't want to fuss with PvPers. I don't want to fuss with lag and giant builds. I'm content where we are. I mean, obviously, if people in my guild want to go, I respect that, but I like my spot. I like my spot. This was in the dev update, and they just kind of dropped it there, and Iggy was like, "It's just a work in progress." And we're like, "What kind of work?" Yeah.
I've never
Um,
seen that.
this is something that they dropped, just this image in the dev update. And so it leaves you wanting to know what. Um, they're doing stuff to the skill tree again now, and we mentioned this before. The skill tree changed many times in beta, so I think trying to add some. And then I don't know if you notice the level on there is level 799. Right now, we currently capped at 200. So that implies more stuff is coming. There's going to be something else to expand and give us some stuff. I'm
I
looking
wonder what a
forward to it.
keystone is.
Hmm?
See the keystones purchased right there in the expiration level XP yield gained. Three, it looks
Um,
like 3 of 5.
Currently, I wonder if that has to do with capstones because currently you can have two capstones out of the five.
Oh.
I've I haven't finished enough the trainers. I'm still locked out of Derek. I'm yeah, Derek. So we probably won't see what this is until early next year sometime. And then again, we may not see this. It might be something else. We don't know. We
Yeah.
don't. I they've tweaked how we've used skills so many times with spice that at this point I'm just like whatever. I don't even know. I don't even know. Whoever this person is has got a ton though. Look at that. That's
Yeah, I was looking at
duper.
that and
That's I think we have like 200 and some melange at Maine because to be fair we've been building with it and we are a ridiculously laid back group, but yeah, and we have all of the stuff we need. We've got the big spice refiner and all that stuff. So community roundup. Stuff going on in the community. There's been lots of really great pictures. Um, yeah. So funny
um
things.
uh,
Where is Servina Savage? Because this is their fault. This is their fault. That was a great edit, though. It reminds me of a simpler time when the biggest fight in the original official Discord was about pineapple pizza. You know, it has changed in the last 6 months, but I missed the times
it's
of
an
pineapple.
abomination.
Hmm?
It's an abomination.
There was the pineapple pizza wars were a weekly thing, definitely. This was from tabs in the official Discord, some of original art.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some serious artists. um I've tried to go back and grab a bunch because we've missed so much with not being on, but yeah, that's tabs from the official Discord. um This
Uh,
was also, I believe, in the CommuniNet update. This is from Creative Process and Process. That is, they did a YouTube video where they showed them drawing this. So go check them out. Creative Process and Process is their name, and it's amazing digital art. It's beautiful. What do you
uh,
think on that?
uh, I've got a joke in my head, but it's not PG-13, so I can't say it.
Say it.
No.
Right?
Just beep, 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 beep. Oh,
From
wow.
Former Tour 3210 via Reddit. Their son decided to go as a Sardaukar. Remember, if you have the one version of I forget which version it is of the game, you get that is one of your skins that you can make your still suit look like a Sardaukar. So
I gotta admit, I like the game starter card look more than the movie starter card look.
they look scary in the game. I think they look much scarier. So not bad for a kid costume. The deluxe
No?
plus, thank you. So you get the skins, and there was the vehicle swatches. It was worth having that just for like the extra goodies, well, nice goodies. This is from Vanderfalk1 on Reddit. I thought that was a great bit of brutalist architecture. They did kind of wedge their Their wind trap's in there a little bit, but hey, they made a really compact base. I wonder if you could probably squeeze that into a single no tax sub 5.
Oh,
Maybe it's very snug. It's very snug, but hey, looks good. It made this Arctic shitty Europeans. Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of a trope.
yeah.
Estrid on Reddit posted this. So if you haven't already seen the capstone armors, which you get now as um, buildables in your knowledge, they don't come as an object anymore because people were getting them and not realizing that they were dropping on the ground and a bunch of people didn't have them. So Mentat, Swordmaster, Planetologist, Bene Gesserit, Trooper, and of course you can apply your swatches to those, so you have lots of potential options. So lots of customization. Because why not? Because why not? They deleted
1
the
second.
armors on
Puppy's
people
angry.
that were gifted. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine what they're going to do. If you know, you know. I think this is Paolo's picture. That laugh, cry, you need brown pants. This is a brown pants part of the game. This was definitely a brown pants part of the game. Great screenshot though. It's a great shot.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
No, forward. How?
Very carefully. Sleep Market 172 on Reddit posted this. You can't go out much further than that, but you can go out from a foundation, I think 6 in any direction from it before you lose stability. So
That is impressive.
that
The
is
architecture is like really beautiful, but I'm just like that's impressive.
that is in the deep desert too. It's a nice use of the. I like how a lot of people are mixing up the build pieces because that's Atreides walls and everything, and then that's Harkonnen roof pieces. It's very cool build, and lots of windows because otherwise it's too fucking dark in there. This is from SB on Twitter. It's
That is
amazing.
really awesome.
That is amazing art. Yeah, that's the amazing art. Screenshot from Bahirion on the official Discord. Something very atmospheric. I think so many of us when we catch those shots. F12, man. F6 if you're on the ground to remove your HUD, and then F12 to capture those screenshots because there's just these moments that the game is just like, wow.
Yeah, I did that one day.
Coffin Nails in the official Discord posted this one.
HG Geiger looking place.
Harkonnen.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's Harkonnen. The inside of it's got a kind of a gunmetal blue on the inside of the walls, but outside it's definitely very dark. One negative thing about it is larger builds tend to cause frame rate drop.
Ooh.
So if you're trying to pick a place to build, don't build next to Harkonnen build because sometimes kill your frame rate. And of course, the Harkonnen skins on the vehicles. I don't care if Atreides or not. They have the best bling. Their stuff just looks good. This is from Marcy in the official Discord. This is her, their crackhead Zentera. They post a lot of art. So if you're looking for more Dune themed art, they're on the official Discord. The Kink shared this one in the official Discord, hiding up under someone's rock for a storm coming. The Kink's like, I can't join you today. We're building Christmas Legos. I'm like, okay.
The shame.
I know. Spending time with the family. How dare they? This is posted by Fox on Siege Tabor on the official Discord. That is a very long build. I have no idea what purpose the Atreides build was, but hey, they built it. That I'm looking at the power usage for that. That's just like I know. I think right now, especially this time of year, home life and jobs and everything just gets extra chaotic. So, and realistically, I know for like our guild stuff, we'll be here when you get back. You know, more from Marcy. More from Marcy. That's what the Harkonnen looks like on the inside, kind of that gunmetal blue color.
Ah, makes
Right.
sense. They wouldn't have, considering the planet they live on, they wouldn't have the same color spectrum that we do.
Yeah, it's a lot more organic. I think on the inside, the lines are more um, they're different. Like I said, I like I use stuff from all the sets, so it's all good. Serbian the Savage again posted this one in the official Discord. That one is another deep desert build. I love how people are getting crazy with a build that only lasts a week.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure which way I'm supposed to go with that, but I'm just going to leave it alone. They said it's not their base, something they found.
Yeah, as I just said you posted it. I know you post a lot of your deep desert always has some fun builds. So, but yeah, people posting some wild stuff that only lasts a week. It's great though. See, I don't post as much in the official Discord anymore, but I'm always looking. I'm peeking. This is from It's Fig on Reddit. This is a shot they shared from when they were on the free weekend. That is a busy group. That is a group with a ton of money. The
Yeah.
3 transports, 4 transports. That's a lot of plast. It's a lot of plast. It's a great shot though.
I
Yeah,
think
there's
it's
4.
4 plus
1, 2,
1, 2.
3, 4. That's a medium. Those are probably mediums. That's a light.
So they're probably the fighter escort.
Yeah, these guys will probably have rockets and boosters. But if they're just going out, I mean, I don't see harvesters under them. So I don't know where they're going.
Make
But
somebody else's day bad.
I don't know. These guys aren't armed and they fly like beached whales. So I don't know. It's a great shot though.
Oh, yes. Is that
This
the
is
gimp
from
suit?
huh?
Is that the gimp suit?
It's one version of the gimp suit. Yes, I think that's the plast suit. This is
Ah,
from Carson on the official Discord. This is the tier 6. The gimp suit has like a face on one shoulder.
because of course it does.
It's a very creepy looking thing, and I don't know why there's a face on it.
Funcom, I have questions just for your design team. Just saying.
So I'm saying I think they took the gimp suit. Oh, the original one was like black leather, and I miss it, and I think they took it away from us because it looked like a gimp suit. Hey, there you are. We were just talking about you, but yeah, that's from Carson. This is from Corinthia RoboCop. They posted this on
Oh,
the official Discord.
big stumpy robot. Yeah.
It was good stuff. It was gentle teasing about how you would rather play Lego with your kids than with us, and how dare you? It's fine. It's fine. I love how creative people are getting with these builds, especially when we don't have the same build capabilities like we do in Conan at this point, because Conan's been around for big lots of build sets. But these people are just so clever, and yeah, I'm like, I have a box. I have plans for the box. I just haven't gotten around to doing anything with the box yet. This is from Late Night Stream on the official Discord. They're sharing a picture of their base.
Ooh, that's pretty. I like
Yeah.
the green with all the force fields around it. That looks really good.
Pentashields are super duper handy. However, I personally would not build anything that has those. When the power goes down, your vehicles take a beating and will die super fast. They're convenient because you don't have to bunk your way in and out of a garage, but any power loss and you're fucked. Your vehicles take so much damage from the top versus a side garage. And I have trauma. Okay, I have trauma from the beta still. I don't know if I'll ever get over that. They have a ton of wind traps though, which makes sense because they're using a ton of power.
Yeah.
Marcy again. No roof pintas. We remember how when they did that one update and everybody's power went out for like a day and no one knew, and people weren't, and then you come back and half your shit's broke. Yeah, we have drama. I won't do them. Not anything I want to keep. I would do it if I was using it just as an in and out garage, but not anything I would actually park there. Because, yeah, no. Marcy, again, Marcy does get busy, but Marcy has a point.
To be fair, I think that's like every like fandom nowadays. It's like, we get content, we fuss about it. We don't get content, we fuss about it.
We are fussy people. Button therapy. Yeah. Buttons. We are funny people when it comes to we want more stuff, but we want it to work right. And there's a balance to be found there. That's why I have no problems waiting for some things really. I mean, I get frustrated. I want new stuff, but let's be real, I would rather it work than not. From Mila Lachot. This is from my Discord where they posted that.
Yep, been there.
It's a great
That is
photo.
terrifying, by the way, when they breach.
It is.
Like, one breach right behind me, and yeah.
When they breach close, brown pants. I'm telling you.
I mean, I was in real life, and I was like, I think I need to go change my pants now. I need to replace this chair. Just, yeah.
I think even after all this time, I still pucker a little bit when things get cut too close. From Misaki Kia on the official Discord, posted a screenshot of their character. Looks really good.
Well, yes. I like the grill over the windows. That's really cool. I haven't seen that before.
That's the Dune Man set.
Ah.
Yep. You need to run the DLC, and then you too will get the Dune Man set. Even even getting spice sand. I mean, or your when you hear them rumble by, I'm like, nope. It takes me forever. I don't go to the deep desert because my ping is really bad. But I'll get spice in Hyga Basin, and yeah, other people are like, no, you're fine. You can hit it 10 or 12 times. I'm like, So I'll
Yeah,
do 10 and I'll come back. I don't mind being cautious.
I still have nightmares about the clicking noise they make.
They do. They do. This is another picture Misaki posted. I've been hearing that they are less aggroed in the deep desert. I don't know why.
Huh.
I don't know why, but they can get kind of fussy. I know the timing of that picture was really good to catch it. It's a great picture. Moto Maturo DD via the official Discord. It's a great picture. I love the spice blue in the back.
Oh yes,
Yep.
that's a lot of gold on their orni ornithopter too.
That
And
is the that's just the generic no skin.
oh,
Yeah, I think people are learning. I think for a long time, no one used the soft steps because they didn't like it and they just thought it was a waste of time. Kind of like getting people to the point. A clue, you'll start finding a whole bunch of the hand scanners, especially in the Fremen caves. You need a hand scanner. You'll reach a point where I just carry one now because so many contracts needed you to have a hand scanner. So I think they're kind of pushing you to make sure that you're using the equipment. It's not there just because. So you have the option to use the boots, and you do the planetologist. But yeah, there's ways to make it less painful. And if that thing is cruising at 168, that is duralinium, I believe. Another from Motomaturo. Yeah, they they're tweaking those things to make them more worth the effort to get. So for a long time, there was a bunch of stuff you're like, binoculars. When they made us use binoculars briefly, we were like, you use it once in the tutorial. Do we have to? And then we just throw them away. Nobody kept them, and so they just stopped. They pulled the binoculars from the extended tutorial because it was useless. No one used them. This is from MSQ from the official Discord. It's their
hmm.
base or base around where they are near Godzilla. That's the that's during the event. You can see the rocket going off next to it. Oh no! See, I will land my thopter in the middle of a small blow. I will hop out and I will circle around the edge, complete that ring. About that time, I've aggroed the worm. I'll hop up and I'll leave for a moment, and I'll come back. I will pick all of those up, then um, then do the middle. And so I might hop up 2 or 3 times. But yeah, that's from the event. You can see the rocket going off. That really loud event. Cemetery makes sense. Is it like Prestoy, a commemoration of all the Moadibs he's eaten? This is from my Dune by Squaffle, and you can find them on Blue Sky. So another amazing artist. There's so many great artists hanging out around the game, and it's just so nice to see everybody's original art. Nightwormed Soul on Reddit. Again, this is what I'm saying. That is, you know,
That is commitment.
that's commitment. That's somebody who was like, I'm going to put up, I'm going to put it up. And the eyes are windows. That goes back a little bit because they've got wind traps. Otherwise, why it's got power? It's a building.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's pretty damn cool. Um, Note Feidelig. I, they posted this on the Reddit. They're like, "Ooh, found a fossil." I'm like, "Yeah, I can see it."
Yeah.
Yeah. Nomad from the official Discord shared this one. That's all chome pieces. But you can
Ooh.
mix chome with the Observer or the Dune Man pieces. I mean, there's lots of great potential. I like what they've done with the windows, side windows over here. But
Oh
this,
yeah.
no, no. I get why people do it, but I wouldn't trust it. It makes
But
me
then you get
fearful.
to see the hand of God. I mean, that it's.
Old Man Rob on the official Discord. This is their blueprint library. I thought we hoarded blueprints. So next time anybody in the
Wow.
guild complains that 3 Alu boxes is too many, that's all plast boxes. That is impressive. That is an impressive build. Those are
I just
Atreides windows hanging down. Those are Atreides lights hanging down. And it looks like the building is entirely encased in um, pentashields. This is a very expensive base to run. But damn,
yeah, that just wow.
that's 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 some dedication, and I love it. This is also part of that same library, different view. That is really impressive. This is from Osiris on the official Discord. That is the walls on the outside are Harkonnen, the middle are Atreides. Some amazing builds.
Oh yes.
Paolo! Everybody catches those sunset pictures, sunrise pictures, and you just got to grab them. That's a sunrise in the deep desert. It's fun over Aro. I know where that is. That's yeah. Just this game is just absolutely beautiful. This is from Raider 212 on the official Discord. But see how they've got that horizontal. They've got that pentashield right there. If it goes down, looks good. No, it scares me. It scares me. Hit the button. Roz Tomalu on the official Discord. I don't even know what that is, but the time the it's a it must be a garage because that's a thopter. The lighting hitting just right. I don't know what it is, but it looks pretty kick ass.
Oh yes.
Another one from them, the Aurora,
Oh wow.
the Highliner. This is from SB again on Twitter. This one's called Ride. Some really amazing artists. Another one from SB on Twitter. Another one from SB. They posted a bunch of them. I had to grab. Now I think this next one, Kason, I think you will recognize.
Ooh. They're close, but not all of the points are right, but they're close.
Given how hard that is to fucking do,
I'll give them credit.
that is a grandfather worm spice blow. That is a massive spice blow, and it's also in a PvP zone.
Ooh.
So they were close. That is from Scandi in the official Discord. people doing out there doing art in those things. I'm like, how that is a lot of time and probably more than one attempt because anybody else in your world could come fuck it up. They could come fuck you up. It's a thing. That was very time consuming. Uh, Spice DB via Twitter. Eric Keene during the Coriolis buildup. I love it how atmospheric that is. Excuse me. Someone posted this on Facebook. It is. It is what it is.
I mean, that's pretty close to how they walk. So
It kind of is. It kind of is. And this is from Tavanjeet on Reddit for the old school Star Trek.
I swear, sometimes it seems like these builds are just Minecraft with more shooting and stabbing.
That's the great thing about sandbox games, though, is you can have a box that you work out of, or you can build the Enterprise and a Klingon bird of prey.
Yeah.
You totally can do that. I mean, why not? Okay. This was from Reddit, and I think most people who have played any length of time have heard this. This is called Musical Grenade.
Uh.
Can you hear it? Didn't hear it?
I couldn't hear it. I don't know if the chat could, but I couldn't hear it.
It's if you've ever had a moment when an NPC will throw a grenade and it doesn't quite throw properly, and it's not sure where it is, and it just bounces. So all you're hearing is that tink, tink, tink. Oh, that bites. I meant. I didn't.
Somebody's ate Jameis jerky, and you know it.
I need to get some mental spoons together because this needs to be a radio ad. And I'm like, I was like, we played too much Fallout because, ass jerky doesn't make itself. But
I mean, that whole planet has the cannibal perk. So, I mean,
that's still jerky guaranteed water free. I'm hoping for next episode to have gotten some spoons together. I've been writing on it. I just need to get it recorded. It's the audio stuff. My voice has been kind of at, but yeah, we less jerky flavored water. Maybe. Ta-da! Yeah. So there we are with our PowerPoint. PowerPoint is done.
Yay!
There we are.
I can tell you were a teacher in the past life. Every time you do one.
Why?
Because it takes us like an hour to get through it.
That was 70 slides. That was 70 slides, man. That was a lot of. The community is doing stuff.
Oh yeah, I understand they're doing stuff, and it's really good that they're doing stuff.
The community.
I'm not gonna look at those desk deals and not think, I wonder if I can get some ass jerky out of that.
I'm glad that's not an option. This is not Conan.
It needs to be.
It's not going.
It needs to be an option because in that universe there is somebody that ate a piece of Jameis to survive, and I would bet, knowing the Fremen, that it is actually a cultural thing to eat your dead because they can't have the water, but they need the food.
I don't know. I don't. I don't know the lore that much. I mean, there's probably I don't know. Maybe there's one of those says there's Fremen and there's Fremen. I don't know. Um, so that part of our lives is done. Yay! Maybe.
I mean, they do live in that kind of environment, so you got to do what you got to do to survive every day.
Yeah, but isn't that that's that Fremen group that that sounds right, that it was kind of like the extremist group and did stuff that no one wanted. I think you're right. I think they were cannibals. They were cannibals. So one short video, and then we'll talk about the new player experience because this had come out a little while ago, and haven't shared it, but some of you might remember the let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Need to get the right video. Okay.
Oh.
The original teaser trailer came out in what, 2022? I think it was. So this is the original score that they had is not the same as the score that they have right now. So this is the original music that they had. I don't think this one was shown until recently, but yeah, let me see if I can play this. This was the trailer that got me hooked on the video.
I will not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Until the fear is gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.
There was another video that we'll catch another time that was a breakdown of this. That was on motion capture too. There's a guy. That was an excellent trailer. It would stand to reason that Death's jerky would still be spicy.
Spicy.
It would yeah. It would make sense that it would still be spicy. So yeah. That was the many of you remember that video. Like I said, the video has not changed. It was the different audio, but that was the trailer that had me telling Iggy, I can't wait, and he was like, that's just a cosmetic, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care if it's just a theatrical trailer. It's a Dune survival game, and I want it. Lots of things have changed. Lots of things have changed, and that was a small one for Grandfather Worm as well. So, which brings me to Kaysen, because I was going to say eventually we're going to have to take Kaysen out, who's a new player. He's not been out to the deep desert before, to find a Grandfather Worm to show him the brown pants.
Yeah, no.
Because there's nothing like you're 400 meters up, and then suddenly the camera starts panning back. There's a whole lot of no.
I don't know if anything can ever really beat like the first time I was like crossing the desert and I was out on the sand and I'm just running along, minding my own business on foot. And I'm just like, okay, we're doing this, and I'm watching the little meter, and it's kind of bouncing and bouncing, and it starts to get orange, and then it goes red, and I'm like, oh shit. Then I hear boom behind me, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I start running. I'm like, shit, 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 shit. And I hear the clicking, and I'm like, oh fuck. I'm about to die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose all my stuff. I'm gonna die. And I turn around and it is breached and is sitting there going tick 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 tick, looking at me. I, I there are a few times in my life I have actually been scared, and that was one of the moments where I was like, "Yeah."
There's something about this
Yeah,
game that gets you.
I evacuated everything, and then I got to a safe space and went outside, and I was like, "Oh."
It the game has the potential to wake you up. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
I did not get the achievement. I checked, and I was kind of mad that I didn't because I'm like, "Really?" I looked down the angry butthole and didn't even get the achievement.
I remember before the achievements, I did it in beta by accident. I'd gotten stuck and lost my vehicle, and I was where the current trial 3 is, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna walk back and see what I can do." And I got over. If you know where trial 3 is, head straight west, and it's a big broad spot, and like shuffle, shuffle, walk, shuffle, shuffle, walk. And then it turned red. I'm like running, and I've got the pictures, but I can't share them because they're still beta pictures. But the worm just sitting there going,
Yeah,
yeah. One of those
so many teeth.
giving you the evil eyeball. One of those get off my sand, you're annoying me moments. So I know, like we played some Conan together, and you really weren't too much into survival games at that time. So
No,
what is your first thoughts so far? I know you don't have a whole lot of hours in Dune yet. What do you think so far?
I actually really like it. I mean, I'm not a huge survival player in general. Mostly because I have no self control. Yeah, pretty much. Just yeah, I dare you. Just try me, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck you, and I'm flipping him off like that's gonna do a thing. So I see why they say in the movies and stuff. It's like in the books too. It's like the worm is just like a hurricane. You can't stop it. You just get out of its way.
In beta, you used to be able to leave Haga Basin South on foot if you had Bendu sprint. You could sprint across that spot, and Joel was like, "No." And they nerfed the sprint really hard because it's like the worm needs to be scary. The worm needs to be a threat, and so they rolled that back really hard.
Yeah, and as a trooper, you have that. I forget what it's called. The thing that shoots out and like grabs a point and pulls you along.
The Shiga Claw.
Yeah, that saved my butt because and I'm sitting there watching the timer, hitting Q, like just mashing, 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 and just yeah. But I mean, overall though, with the game,
But you wouldn't have those perks as a new player trying to leave Haga Basin South is the thing. So you
yeah,
can, but as a starting player, because they were like, no, you need to play the progression.
but yeah. So far, I like the story. I like the mechanics of the game. I'm still learning water management. I finally got a still suit, so I don't lose as much anymore.
Yep.
Especially when you first start, you can kind of like you walk 2 feet and it's like, oh yeah, you're dehydrated now. Good luck.
You've got to stay out of the sun. The heat will get you. I mean, stick to black shade, as that very first trial tells you. You've got to stay out of the sun. Travel by night. But early on, I think starting players have it the hardest for the environment because stay in black shades, so you travel at night, but then the patrols are overhead,
I've
And
made that mistake too.
I think we all did it. So that's what I was going to say. One thing that's changed from early live to now is in Haga Basin South, you've got the 2 rows of islands essentially that make up Haga Basin South. Those patrols used to go over the top of that top row, and now they don't. They go pretty much over the sand. And I mean, even going to the wreck, there was a risk that on either end of the wreck that the those patrols could tag you, and they don't anymore. And I'm like, it's not fair. We were in early beta, because if you open the door when they're overhead, they'll tag you through the door, through the open doorway. And I remember just being terrified of them because they just wiped the floor with me. And I remember not knowing on my first build in the Iron Zone and what is now the Western Rim Ice Gap. At that time, it was just the Gap, and I built in a patrol loop. And so at night they would go. They'll pin you for the worm. They absolutely will. This would roll overhead, and I remember thinking, can I turn the lights on? Do I need to leave the lights off? What if they see me moving around in here when that light's overhead? Will they come get me? I mean, it was terrifying. It was, but yeah, they will feed you to the worm. Absolutely.
Less paperwork for them, so why not?
Pretty much. But if you go around to Haga Basin South and some places in the Gap, and you listen to the little radios inside those camps, they didn't used to patrol like that. They're out there looking for something specific. They're looking for you.
I was going to say the other guy with the rocket launcher that I can't mention his name because it starts fights.
Yeah, no, they're looking for you. And yeah, there's it because, and even the guy at Griffiths makes a comment about how much more frequent the patrols are, and they're looking for somebody, but they don't mention Zantero by name. However, if you saw at Griffith, the contract board, there was a 1,000,000 Solari bounty for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it was the Harkonnen fanboy in the trading post, the first one you go to, and he's just like, he's got 1,000,000 Solari. And
something that struck me as interesting about Xantera is if you go to Harko Village, there's a big giant hologram of him, with wanted criminal and whatever. There's not one in Arakeen. So things that make you go, given that he is Thorn in the Emperor's side, because he just keeps shooting down transports. He has a hobby. He likes it, So if you were to have something to say to new players, what advice would you give to someone who bought the game today?
Ooh. Kind of put me on point there. I guess honestly is just watch your water and don't pick fights. They gang up on you in like half a second. It's like, stab, and then next thing you know, there's 20 of them around you just punching you, and you're like, oh God,
I was running Landsrod this last week and trying to get 7,000 points of deserters and 7,000 points of slavers, which is a lot of stabbing people. And in like the deserter bases, they have alarms. If you don't get them fast enough, they'll hit the alarm and more reinforcements will show up, which you would think would be great, right? It's hey, you're bringing me people to kill. Oh, no. Because they could be anybody. They could be heavies, which aren't so much of a problem. But when the melee guys show up, And even with a high tier shield, even with all the goodies, two or three of them can pin you and fuck you up. They
Yeah.
absolutely will pin you. And then I I have been standing on the roof, but then they like duck and cover, and I'm like, no, come out, let me shoot you. Come out and let me shoot you. Um, I'm down to like 30. I got like 30 left. I'll have to finish it tomorrow. But I finished all the slavers. I just need to finish the deserters because I'm like 7,000 points worth. It's a lot of killing. I'm just like, but I'm running the spiral. I'm running the labs. I'm like, I'm so sick of staring at you. But yeah, the melee guys in any situation I think can easily overpower you. And if there's a heavy, they can put a strain on your shield. I went around to all of the big slaver bases and the big one, over and over and over and over. So I'd hit the slavers during the day because the patrol goes overhead, and then hit the Harkonnen, the deserters at night, and just go back and forth, back and forth. The things I do for my guild to get stuff without having to go to the deep desert. Buddies for a pajama party at the deserty. So we got an ad coming, but yes, pajama parties. Everyone loves a good pajama party. They sleep so soundly and their death stills. And then we tank all the water, and then such a
Make
peaceful
jerky out of them.
night. It's all good. All right.
I mean, you got to ask the question though too. If like they carry like the Harco bodies back and stuff like that, like did somebody try to eat it and realize that their bodies are just awful and full of stems and everything else, and steroids, and God may only know what else they pump them full of.
Stilgar did say that the water was not good for drinking. He's like,
Yeah,
we can reuse it for like cooling stuff, which explains why you need so much water in refining, because you got to cool the refiners down, otherwise they'll overheat. But
yeah,
the idea that he's like the water's we can't filter all that crap out. It's good for industrial use, but not for actual
yeah.
drinking, which makes sense.
Because if I remember correctly, they've talked about it. They put a lot of stuff in the Harco troops, like steroids, combat stems.
Yeah. Well, and they're also kind of sickly. Their sun is kind of shit. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Plus the industrial pollution from their world, and
yeah. I mean, the Denis Villeneuve movies kind of deviated from the book with that description and made them all look that way. But I think it was a good visual. These guys, look different. They act different. They're kind of they're pale and sickly because their sun is kind of crap. And it I think it was a different way from the Lynch movie to show, these guys are the bad guys. There's a distinctive look to them.
well, yes,
I know a lot of people were upset about that. I'm like, it was a choice. I'm
it
good.
works better in my opinion for them, because if you're going to live in a world that has a dying sun, you're not going to get the yellow light and everything else. Oop, ads. Do, 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 do,
Ad
do,
break
do.
in.
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
But yeah, I mean, if you have a dying sun, you're not going to have the blue light spectrum. You're not going to have the yellow light spectrum, and everything that we need to have what we see. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to look like a walking ghost that you slap lube on would go for like a half a mile before they stop. I mean, there's no hair, there's no anything on them. I mean, it
Like
kind of
war boy cousins.
yeah. Like I expect, like somebody in the background's got like a big tumor coming out of their neck, and they're like, "I'm fine, it's fine."
Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
I like the aesthetic. Um I think again it helps kind of delineate a little bit. And in the game, there's lots of people with bad hats. The um, the Bene Gesserit trainer, the basic one for a long time, looked like she had way too much sun. It's like, woman, get under an umbrella or something, some sunscreen. You look a little leathery. But that was I haven't. I always start Bene Gesserit, so I haven't been to see her in a while. But I remember when Duncan, Idaho was always ever changing too, and of course the banker. You know, there's been lots of changes. Passive healing in your base is quite nice. It's slow, but it's a nice perk. It's a nice perk.
That
I
would
would
be
love.
beneficial to have a safe place to, like, you get back to your base and you're in a safe spot or a guild base or whatever, and you can just lay down and heal yourself.
Yeah, there's if you is it the Bene Gesserit stuff that gives you a little bit of perk to your healing with the heal kits, I think. I don't use basic heal kits anymore. I stick with the Mark IIs because they're
Oh,
cheap
rub it
and
in.
easy.
Yeah,
That's
rub it
my
in
Bene
that you're so
Gesserit.
high level, you know.
Mhm. There's a whole box of them in the base, okay?
Yeah, but I have to use like 20 every fight. So, I mean, unless I go
There's a
down
whole
into like the
box.
bottom of the rift again, and then it's like, one shot, half your health's gone. I'm like, oh no.
Well, there's a whole box in the base that of stuff.
Yeah, that's another thing for new players. All the health kits, plant fiber everywhere. Grab it, use it. You'll need it.
No, he's in the very first still suit, and he decided to drive up to our base, which is on top of the rift,
I'm stubborn that way.
and and won't let me give him new stuff.
Yeah, I was driving up there. I got up there, got committed to the base and stuff. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go back down to the area I was in to try and. To be fair, somebody was being very aggressive about me coming to the base. So,
I said I would come get you.
yeah. And I got up there. I went to the base. We started to come back, and I was driving along. I did the stupidest thing I could while I was driving. I looked away for a second, looked back, and I'm like, there's no more ground. And down I went. Thankfully, there's no fall damage or
Yep.
not much. And I was in the bottom of this. It looked like Umbara from the Clone Wars, and I'm like,
Yep.
oh, I screwed up. And I'm like, okay, I can find my way out. I'll be fine. I start riding, and then everybody starts shooting at me, and then all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, I need help. So Meg, being the wonderful person she is, came and rescued me after I wasted half her fuel by driving around going, I'm getting shot at. I'm trying to find a way out. And she's like, be still. And I'm like, I'm getting shot at. Like half my health disappears. So,
Yeah, because you didn't have a shield yet either, and that was a big thing too. But if you're on a vehicle, I mean, is you're still low tier, so
and their aim is incredibly,
these guys are not stormtroopers. They
yeah,
they they tend to hit
they
more
have plot
times.
armor. I can tell.
Yeah, they are not stormtroopers. I know people when they gave excuse me they gave NPC shields. I know people who stopped playing the beta. They're like, nope, done. At one point, so right now the heavies have shields. At one point, heavies dropped the shield wall like Mentats too, and that was some bullshit. That was some bullshit because basically you pretty much had to if you chuck a grenade behind them, they're kind of dumb. They will turn around to face the grenade because they want that shield facing, and then you could shoot them from behind. I don't like going in the Rift. The dark is disorienting. I hate going to go get Cobalt because the best way to um, you got to go into those galleries that have deserters in them, and they're taking pot shots at you and damaging your perfectly good buggy. And it's one of those things that just absolutely.
I
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, I need help getting out because I'm like, I
It,
have drove for like 20 minutes now, and there is no exit. There's just, and then I come up on a wall, and I'm like, oh crap,
it is
I gotta,
very disorienting. Once you're more confident and go like the buggy, basically you go down on one path, you do your thing, and you come back out on the same path. Um,
yeah,
there was a lot of people in beta like, how do I get out of here? Because if you fall in, also, I hate to break it to you, um, the map when you pull up the map for the
hmm
Odom is not correct. Just
Now
saying.
you tell me.
You really haven't been to the Odom yet, but yeah, yes, those chum shafts are definitely a way up and down. The layers are a pain in the ass. The It's very very easy to get disoriented, and it doesn't just run east west or north south. It curves. It's an extra pain in the ass. It's a huge pain in the ass. And the labs, so you'll see the lab and it's like it's not you can't get straight from there. You have to go down into the rift and then cut down through. Oh, it's awful. Hefe did that. That's all Jeff's fault. The rift is Jeff's fault.
Yeah, he did say during that one podcast stream that he loved building the rift. I just, yeah,
Yeah. The lowest part on the map is right next to the highest part, which is the Hand of Kadir, and you can climb it. Um, I would wait till you have good stamina and a good belt, and you can climb Godzilla. Same thing, good stamina, good belt.
that's what she said.
I remember the first time I lost after for a bug coming with DD. I had to walk. It's. It, I remember they used to be more snipers. The snipers used to be a lot more dangerous because you'd see that flash, and then your wing would be gone, and then you'd
Ooh,
have to, you're getting knocked out of the air. And I remember losing a thopter, and our base was in the Odom, and I had to walk back. That was not nice. Um, I'm not sure which is higher, the Hand of Kadir or the Sentinel. I always thought the Sentinel was too, but someone else said it was the Kadir, so I don't know. They're both really tall. The I know if you take a thopter right off the top of Kadir, it's like 1,000 meters. I don't remember what the height is for when you jump out of the Sentinel though. Always take extra fuel. Just saying. That's always take extra fuel. Um, Also, when you turn in Landsrod stuff, make sure you don't accidentally turn your vehicle in because it's also a long walk home.
ooh,
Yeah, I always have an extra one, and you hop out and bam, you vulture and cross your fingers. Sometimes it'll suck the whole thing out because if you're over 800 meters, it'll suck your fuel, and you're well over 800 meters. Um, our Yep, been there, done that. Our old main base used to be gliding distance from the mouth, so you hop out and just be able to bank over and glide in. But I always carry it's to me, survival games are about resource management. So things that you always carry a welder and welding wire. You always carry a fuel, at least one. More if you're going to the deep desert. You always carry extra darts. Um, always carry heal kits. I have mine on my hotbar. What else do I always carry? I always carry a hand scanner because inevitably, if you don't carry it with you, you'll be on that one contract and you'll be like, God damn it, and then you have to go back. I have never taken a belt ride out of. Oh, see, I because I use Emperor's wings, I'd still splat. I would still splat. I would splat hard. Too much splatty. Too splatty. So, Kason, you would say watch your water,
Yes.
stick to black shade.
Yes. I yeah, definitely carry the leader johns when you can find them. You're gonna need it,
Yeah,
especially before you get your first still suit and you're stuck in the rags. And
yeah. I still carry one. I still carry the first one you get. But I have in the box and main base there are more litter johns and more bigger blueprint one for some if people want them because it is important to have water.
I mean, there's the when you go into labs and stuff, the weird little blue line light things. Fill up your leader john, even if you don't need it at that moment. Fill it up.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Sorry,
I
bump my mic.
I don't pass up free water. And early on, especially like we were first in like Hunger Basin South and you're running the tutorial, all those little extra water spouts are quite nice to get you going. I mean, you can't do production levels off of them. There's a lab in the Western Vermilion Gap that's got several big tanks, but again, it's not enough for you to do much. But you won't be thirsty when you leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as most of vacuum pointed out, going to the deep desert gets hotter. You'll dehydrate faster, so you'll really want to invest in the trainers and put things into. Is it the sword guy that does stuff for dehydration and stamina? So you'll want to make sure you're putting points into those passives, plus having the best still suit that you can make, because otherwise you're going to be thirsty. Um, what else?
Um, don't piss off the worm.
Stay off the sand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't turn your shield on when you're on the sand.
I
Um,
haven't done that yet. I mean, the encounters I've had with worms, it's usually been I was on foot and as a new player, bottom of the rung. I trying to run across things, but now that I have the bike, I've kind of figured out how to piss them off a little bit, but dodge them because,
there used to be a bug. There used to be a bug. So you would have your shield on, and then you go, and then you get in your vehicle to leave, and then you're like, "Oh, spice blow, I'm going to stop," and you'd hop out of your thopter, and your shield would automatically be on. Yes, it aggroes the worm. It absolutely aggroes the worm. It was a terrible
ooh,
bug. It was a terrible bug. It wasn't 100% of the time, but you really had to pay attention because it would be kind of random. You hop out to whip out your compactor, and then you see your blue result. It was puckering. It was not good
yeah. Don't pick fight with people if they're blue.
because they have a
You're
shield,
not going to win that fight.
not with a firearm.
No. Well, I like my firearms. Thank you very much. I'm American. I have a genetic need to have a firearm.
Then you need to get a better firearm. You need to get a shotgun.
Yeah, but then that means I have to get close.
Eh, is it the drill shot? 2 or 3 shots will take down a shield, but yours
Yes.
goes down 2 every time you fire. Um,
Yeah, I try, but then by the time I start to like shoot at them to kind of work on their shield, they're on top of me, and now there's a bunch of unshielded opponents on top of me too, and I'm just like, ah, and I'm getting stabbed from every corner, and it just, yeah.
it takes practice, and the default dodge button is kind of in a crappy spot. I had to remap mine,
Mhm.
and that will help considerably. But yeah, don't especially at low tier, shooting at shields will do fuck and all unless you've got a drill shot. Um, because whenever you shoot, your shield comes down, and anything short of a drill shot or the SMG will not put enough energy downrange to knock their shield off.
I've noticed it's kind of just I'm throwing snowballs at them.
Yep. And it'll be uber fun when NPCs have drill shots and SMGs to shoot at you.
Ew.
Yeah, because everyone fucking loves sand flies.
Well, I mean, I could see the Harkonnens doing it just because they want to, flaunt their wealth. Like the Kink said, snowballs on Arrakis. It's just like, yeah, I could see the Harkonnens being like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna do it.
I would think for an energy weapon, you would need to have like, the Mark 6 power pack and then be very judicious with its use.
So I
I
can't do
have
like
never
in
been into
40K.
the heavy weapons. They are too slow for me. It's the same reason I don't like the drill shots. I'm like, no, they will swarm my ass before I can get out of the way. I I carry a spit dart, which is the sniper rifle. If you're far enough away before they aggro, you can shoot them before they put their shield up. And then knock everybody down that I can. And then stab the rest. Slow blade penetrates. But I also like my rapier for that. Slow blade penetrates, and that's really, I think, probably the biggest help thing that I use is I run straight for that poison mist because I know it's fun and all the spiced aloo. It's been 2 hours,
Oh,
guys.
I think either you or I are having issues. Things just went weird.
Weird in what way?
Like your camera was bouncing around, the audio was cutting out.
That is very weird. See,
Yeah. Did you touch a button?
Around.
Okay, so it's not
Exactly.
just me.
Yeah, must be. It's always Meg. Well, should wrap up. Uh, thanks everybody for showing up. Hopefully, we'll be back more consistently as real life allows. Thank you again, Kason, for stepping up to help me guest host.
I was kidnapped. What are you talking about? Help!
I appreciate when you guys step up and help. I know Dee had also said that when things settle down on their end, that he'd be up to guest hosting too. So I'm always good for community support. So I think this is a good point to wrap up. I will catch everybody later. You guys know where my Discord is. I need to fix my bots because apparently it broke. And
Yeah.
I will see everybody on the side. Bye-bye.
Bye.